Somebody asks you for something. You don't have the time, you don't want to do it, and you hear yourself say yes anyway. And here's the strange part. Even thinking about saying no produced a feeling in your chest that was almost physical. That feeling has a mechanism, and in 1971 someone measured it. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which lever is being pulled when the guilt shows up. You'll know it can be pulled by a stranger with a soft drink, and you'll have the one sentence from the researcher himself that switches it off. Cornell University, 1971. A psychologist named Dennis Reagan sets up what looks like an art appreciation study. Two subjects rate paintings together, except one of them, a man called Joe, is working for Reagan. Halfway through, Joe leaves the room. In one version of the study, he comes back empty-handed. In the other, he comes back with 2 bottles of Coke, hands one over, and says, "I asked him if I could get myself a Coke, and he said it was okay, so I bought one for you too." A 10-cent favor nobody asked for. At the end, Joe mentions he's selling raffle tickets 25 cents each, and it would really help him out. That's the actual experiment. The paintings never mattered. The question was, what does the Coke do to the ticket sales? The people who got the Coke bought twice as many tickets. On average, they gave back more than they received, a dime's favor, repaid at a multiple, to a man they'd met an hour ago. But that's not the finding that should worry you. Reagan also had everyone rate how much they liked Joe. Normally, liking predicts buying. The more likable Joe was, the more tickets people took. The Coke erased that. Among the people who owed him, it made no difference whether they liked him or not. The ones who disliked Joe bought just as many. Sit with that. A debt of 10 cents overrode their own feelings about the man. Which means the thing that makes you say yes is not politeness, and it's not kindness, and it's not that you like the person asking. It's older and dumber than all of that. Cialdini calls it the rule of reciprocation. We are trained deeply to repay what another person provides. Every human society drills it in, because it's what makes trade, favors, and cooperation possible. The rule is not the problem. The problem is that it fires whether or not you invited the debt. That's the design flaw compliance professionals found. You don't have to ask for the favor. It can be forced on you, a free sample, a free consultation, an unsolicited gift, and the obligation installs itself anyway. The disabled American veterans discovered their donation mailings roughly doubled when they added a small packet of free address labels. Nobody requested the labels. The debt arrived with the envelope. And the guilt you feel when you try to say no, that's the enforcement arm. Societies don't just teach the rule, they attach shame to breaking it. We have ugly names for people who take and give nothing back, and you would rather say yes than risk being one. The guilt is not evidence that no is wrong. It's the rule protecting itself. There's an upgraded version you should recognize too. Someone asks for something large. You refuse. They come back with something smaller. And now the small request feels like a concession you owe them for. Same rule. Aimed at your no instead of your wallet. The retreat was planned before the first request was made. So how do you refuse without the guilt? Not by hardening yourself. Cialdini is blunt that flat refusal of every favor makes life worse. The rule exists because it's mostly good, and you can't beat it by suppressing the feeling. The feeling arrives before your reasoning does. The move is a relabel, and it's the one Cialdini himself recommends. The rule says favors are to be met with favors. It does not say tricks are to be met with favors. It does not say sales devices are to be met with favors. So the question to ask the moment the obligation feeling arrives is, was this a favor or was it a tactic? If a friend genuinely helped you move house, that's a favor. Repay it gladly. That's the rule working as designed. But if the gift arrived to set up an ask, the free sample, the flattery before the request, the small concession after the big demand, then redefine it as what it is. And here's why the relabel kills the guilt where willpower can't. The debt was filed under favor, and the guilt is attached to the file, not the facts. Move the file. This was a sales tactic, and there is nothing to repay. A tactic doesn't earn a yes. The obligation doesn't have to be fought. It just dissolves because its premise was false. Run the test on your own last week. Find the yes you regret most. Now ask, did I accept that obligation? Or was it installed by a gift I didn't ask for, a favor I never wanted, a concession that was planned from the start? Be honest about which file it belongs in. One warning so you don't overcorrect. The point is not that every kindness is a trick. Most aren't, and a person who treats every gift as an attack ends up alone. The point is that you're allowed to check. The rule fires automatically. The relabel is the manual override. A dime bought a stranger's yes and switched off his own opinion of the seller. Whatever you said yes to this week, it may have cost someone even less. Favors for favors, nothing for tactics. That's the whole sentence. Next week, the study that explains why you give up the moment nobody's watching.